In her new book, Alive, Hijacked by the Holy Spirit, Charlotte Banke shares her story of love and spiritual growth, and she is from Grapevine, and she is here in our studio this morning. Welcome. So nice to have you here.
Thank you, Jane.
Hijacked by the Holy Spirit. So where'd you come up with that?
Well, actually, my first title was much longer and more cumbersome, but I went to this writers conference, and after I left, I was so inspired and encouraged by what I saw that I prayed and asked God to give me something that's powerful and impactful that will stay with people. And went to bed the next morning, it hit me, alive, hijacked by the Holy Spirit.
That is. So what was the pivotal moment that made you seek God, and in fact is the pivotal moment of this book?
Well, for me, I grew up in a family that didn't go to church, but I hit a low point when I was 25, and a relationship had ended that I put a lot of hope and faith into, and I thought I was going to marry this person, and when it ended, I was devastated.
That is a common thing for a lot of people who end up in that position. You use a lot of airline terminology in the book, and in fact, you talk about needing change for a 10 in the airport. How's that fit in?
Well, actually, when I came back from Raleigh, North Carolina, I was a baby believer, so I had only been a Christian for a couple months, and
that's what you call it, a baby believer.
A baby believer, yes.
Right.
So I was a new Christian, and I was learning about prayer, and I realized I didn't have change for a 10. I needed singles to tip the shuttle driver, and so I'm standing at baggage claim, and I said, okay, God, I'm going to trust you. You're going to send me someone, and I'll ask this person for change. And then a few seconds later, this man walks up and starts talking to me and asking me questions if I'm familiar with Dallas. So I answered his questions and then kind of turned away, and then I heard a whisper, and it said, ask him for change. So I turned back around and said, you don't happen to have change for a 10, do you? And he pulled out his wallet.
And guess what?
He had a 5.
He just happened to.
Yes, he did. He did. So.
Okay, so you used your private journals, some of which are very personal, to write the book. Did you hesitate to be so open? A lot of people would.
Right. Well, you know, initially I thought I was just going to include a couple snapshots of my journal throughout my story, but when I looked at the whole span of what God has done in my life, I knew I had to show everything. I had to show kind of the ugly moments and the embarrassing moments in order to let people see what God's done in my life, what He's brought me through.
And you call this your personal journey of surrender. What does surrender mean to you?
Well, surrender means letting go of control, and I have surrendered to Jesus Christ at the age of 25 and let Him be Lord of my life, but then also as a Christian, we are to surrender to Him daily in our everyday lives.
And you talk about, you say, the holy takeover turned into a holy makeover.
Yes.
Tell me about that. It's a great phrase.
Yes. Well, you know, coming to faith in Jesus, He just started changing my heart. He started changing my mind. I got my first Bible. I was invited to Bible studies. I made new friends, and my desires started changing. And slowly over time, God just started working new behaviors and things into me.
Okay, you have a book signing. Tell me where the book signing is so that people can go meet you and get your book.
Yes. The book signing is at Logos Bookstore in Dallas, in Schneider Plaza, from 1 to 3, Saturday, September 23rd.
And how can readers get a copy of the book if they can't get to the book signing?
They can buy it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Holy Grounds and Grapevine, and also at Logos Bookstore.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming in today. Best to you.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you. Go to Alive, Hijacked by the Holy Spirit.com for more information, and we're going to be right back.